Chase credit cards are some of the most well-known and most coveted credit cards on the market today. And whether you're looking to build a shiny trifecta for yourself of cards that earn ultimate rewards points, or maybe even add some co-branded hotel and airline cards to the mix, there are some rules that you'll definitely want to be aware of to help put the odds of approval for Chase cards more in your favor. So if you're looking to add some more Chase cards to your wallet in the near future, then you've come to the right video. Let's begin with the Chase application rules, plus a bunch of other great tips and tricks as well. I'd also like to thank MAXREWARDS for sponsoring this video, and we'll talk more about them in just a few moments. We'll first start with some general requirements that Chase has for their card products, and that is you must be at least 18 years old to qualify. However, those age requirements may vary a bit, as you can see there on the screen, for Alabama and Nebraska, where you have to be 19, or in Puerto Rico, you must be 21. Also, an applicant, if married, may apply for a separate account. Now we'll get into the nitty-gritty details, starting with the Chase 524 rule, everybody's favorite. The Chase 524 rule states that Chase will automatically deny a credit card application if you've opened 5 or more cards with any bank in the last 24 months that appear on your credit report. You can definitely see why people don't like this rule, because it bans a lot of people from getting cards at least for a certain period of time, that is 24 months, and it's clearly Chase's anti-gaming measure to prevent people from getting sign-up bonuses and then just canceling the cards shortly after and becoming a very unprofitable customer, if you can even call them customers. Chase might call them enemies. But there is a little bit of good news here, because I did say on this slide that only cards that appear on your credit report will count toward 524. That's because a lot of business cards, even Chase's own business cards, like my business cash here and the IHG card, business cards from most banks do not show up on your personal credit report. Therefore, if you have some of these cards, those will not count toward 524. There are some exceptions, of course. Also, if you'd like some more clarity around the details of the 524 in terms of what really counts versus what doesn't, especially with like loan products that people ask me about all the time, I did a separate video on the 524 rule. It's dedicated just to that topic, so go watch it maybe after this video if you have some more questions about this. Our next rule is the 230 rule, which means that you may get approved for 2 Chase credit cards in a 30-day period. Yes, it does say may get approved. It's not a guaranteed deal. In general, you might want to space out your Chase applications by 2 to 3 months or longer. The longer wait period you have, typically the better your chance of approval. If you get them really close together, Chase's system might automatically flag one of them as like a preventative fraud measurement, and therefore you have to deal with the reconsideration line, stuff like that. And while I haven't seen enough data points to confirm for sure if this counts both personal and business cards, I personally like to play by the rule as if it did count for both. So I would not get more than 2 personal cards or 1 personal, 1 business in the same 30-day period. Now, how about a guideline instead of a rule? The 130 guideline states that you may get approved for 1 Chase business credit card in a 30-day period. So if you wanted to get that IHG business card plus that Chase Inc. business cash card or any of the other cards, I would personally space these out about 2 months or longer between, just again to prevent any sort of internal flags, denying your cards automatically, and just to show Chase that you're not in it just for the gaming of the bonus. Up next, the 24-month rule and the same card rule, both of which are separate rules on their own, but we'll talk about them together here. These two say that you cannot get a new card and a bonus on that card if you currently have the same card open, and if you had the same card before and got a card member bonus on it within the past 24 months. Now here's a sample of that and also where to find it on Chase's website. So this is the United Explorer card. Basically pull up the landing page or the detail page for an individual card product. Click on the offer details link that you see boxed there in red, and then you'll see a pop-up showing those offer details in full. In order to identify the 24-month rule and the same card rule, the language will sound something like the following. This product is not available to either current card members of this credit card or previous card members of this credit card who received a new card member bonus for this credit card within the last 24 months. Kind of wordy, but that's just how it is with legal terms. So let me give you a visual example. Here is my Chase Freedom Flex card right here. So I cannot go apply for this card again right now while I have this one open and get another bonus. If I want another Chase Freedom Flex bonus, I would have to get rid of this card and then wait wait 24 months from the last time I got the bonus on that card before being able to get it again. Moving on to the next, we now have the 24-month rule and the same family rule, and here's how these ones read. You cannot get a card and its bonus if you currently have any card in that same brand family open, and if you had any card in that same brand family before and got a new card member bonus on it within the past 24 months. Note also that this does not apply to the same brand business cards. Let me show you again where to find that text and give you an example. This rule can also be found under the offer details section, and here's how it will read. The product is not available to either current card members of any Southwest Rapid Rewards credit card or previous card members of any Southwest Rapid Rewards card who received a new card member bonus within the last 24 months. Then in orange underlining, we see that this does not apply to card members of the Southwest Rapid Rewards business card and employee credit card products. We also see this rule applying to the IHG card. So here's the same thing with the IHG Premier, and the wording is a little bit different here. It simply says that the product is not available to current card members of any personal IHG Rewards card, and then it goes on from there. So it specifically calls out personal, and then that means that, of course, it does not apply to business. So simplifying all of that, you can basically call this the one Southwest rule, or the one IHG rule, or the one fill in the blank rule, wherever this happens to appear. I should also mention that because Chase has so many different cards that earn different types of points, like these IHG points versus Chase Ultimate Rewards points on the Freedom cards, World of Hyatt points, Southwest Rapid Rewards points, and the list goes on. A great way to simplify your life and keep track of them all is with the app MAXREWARDS. MAXREWARDS is an app that allows you to manage your credit cards, rewards, and benefits all in one place. This includes seeing when your bills are due, tracking your sign-up bonuses, monitoring your credit scores, and more. On the Activity tab, you can view the transactions across all your cards to easily see where you've been spending your money, including the value of the rewards you've earned across different categories. Then the Best Card tab helps you identify which card to use for different purchases. That way you can earn points or cash back even faster. And perhaps my favorite feature is the Benefits and Offers dashboard, which you can unlock with the gold level of MAXREWARDS. You might be familiar with Chase offers, Amex offers, Bank of America deals, and others. These are like digital coupons that provide you with additional savings and discounts on top of the regular rewards you earn. Each time you sync the app, all of your offers will be activated automatically, including the hidden ones from Amex that you didn't even know about. So if you'd like to try MAXREWARDS, use the link down below in the description to get the gold level entirely free for your first month. And now back to the world of Chase. When it comes to these Sapphire branded products, there's some special rules that go around this here. We have specifically the 48-month rule and the one Sapphire rule. These stand for the fact that you cannot get a Sapphire branded card and a bonus if you currently have any Sapphire branded card open, and if you had any Sapphire branded card before and got a new card member bonus on it within the past 48 months. Once again, this rule will be laid out under the offer details link, so when that pop-up comes up, you can see it on the Chase Sapphire Preferred and on the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Feel free to pause this if you want to read it in Chase's words. Time for another visual. You currently have the Chase Sapphire Preferred and you want to go get the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Well, in order to get that reserve card, you'll either have to cancel your Sapphire Preferred or downgrade it to one of the Freedom branded cards like the Freedom Flex or the Freedom Unlimited. Then once you've completed that downgrade or product cancellation, you'll want to make sure that you have not received a bonus on that previous Sapphire card for at least 48 months or 4 years. Then you can be eligible to apply for that next Sapphire branded card and get that bonus. And the same holds true in reverse as well. So if you start with your reserve now and you want to go get the preferred, you got to still downgrade this guy over here or cancel it to make room. And it also holds true if you have the preferred and you want to get the preferred again or the reserve and the reserve again for a double bonus. You must get rid of it some way by canceling or downgrading and letting that clock run the 48 full months. A lot of combinations there. And in case you're wondering, no, I don't have both of these cards. That Sapphire Reserve is actually no longer active. Now let's cover a few more general points that are really good to know. When it comes to the maximum number of cards that Chase will allow you to have, there's currently no known limit. Rather, Chase may limit the total amount of credit extended to you. Stated differently, if Chase determines that you're eligible for a total of $75,000 of credit based on your score, your income, debt levels, etc., then it doesn't really matter if that's across 3 cards or across 9 cards. The quantity doesn't really matter that much to Chase. Rather, what they do care about is how much aggregate or total credit you have across all those cards added up together in comparison to your income and other factors. Credit score requirements. People love to ask me this question a lot. Unfortunately, Chase does not publish their score requirements online anywhere for us to be able to see, and it also may vary from one card to another. However, I'd personally want to have the following when I'm applying for cards: a 680 or higher for Chase branded cards with no annual fee, a 670 or higher for co-branded cards, 700 or above for Chase branded cards with annual fees, and 700 and above for Chase branded business credit cards. People also love to ask me, hey Mark, which is the easiest Chase card to get? My typical and truthful response is, I don't know, because I don't work for Chase. I don't have insider knowledge about their system and their requirements, but based on what I think, based on my own anecdotal experience, if you look at that slide one more time, I would think that the co-branded cards, like the airline ones or the hotel ones or any of the other retail ones, where they're partnering with another major brand, those are likely going to be the easier ones to get approved for, followed by Chase's own branded cards that have no annual fee, like the Freedom Unlimited or the Freedom Flex. And then once you get into their more premium cards with annual fees, greater benefits, greater rewards, those are likely going to have higher requirements. Not going to guarantee any of that, but those are my thoughts. Now on to credit pulls, and Chase is very well known to do hard credit pulls for all new credit card applications, even if you already have a pre-existing card relationship. And for all y'all out there who tend to freak out about score drops when a new inquiry hits your credit profile, yes, that's understandable, but just realize that that score drop tends to be very temporary. It wanes over time. And also, if you get approved for that card, there's a very good chance of you rebounding very quickly and perhaps even reaching a higher score once that new account is open and you have new credit to your name and you have some payment history that's very positive going forward too. No need to freak out, but do be mindful of it if you're going to apply for a mortgage or a car or some big purchase like that where you want to have the highest score possible. Therefore, you might want to hold off on those card applications while you're going into that big purchase process. And if you happen to be denied for a Chase credit card, always remember that the Reconsideration Line could be your best friend. There's a number here on the screen for their personal credit cards and for the business credit cards. These two numbers will put you in direct contact with Chase's underwriting team, and they may be able to overturn a decision that is a no into a yes if you answer some questions, plead your case, and also they can tell you why you were denied in the first place, that we can understand some more about your application and how you might be able to refute those reasons that typically just the computer system gave in the first place. Now, if you happen to be wondering what does Mark Reese do before he submits an application for a Chase card, these 7 steps in terms of a general walkthrough will be a great guide for you. What I tend to do to put the Chase approval odds more in my favor is the following. Number 1, use my existing Chase cards and keep the balances low. Number 2, look at the current balances. If any of them are high, pay them off. Number 3, identify the type of card that I want to apply for. For example, a co-branded card, a Chase branded card, a personal card versus a business card, etc. Step 4, check if I've had the card before. And if you're ever unsure, feel free to call Chase and ask them directly. Step 5, look up additional rules for that card and make sure that I'm in compliance. Number 6, make sure I'm below 524, which is the rule that applies to all of Chase's cards. And number 7, apply. And I suppose I could add a step number 8, which would be to make a watch me apply video on YouTube. And with all that said, if you enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit other people, then please help me get it in front of them by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on notifications. That way you never miss an awesome credit card video. Also, check out the links down below in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, to sign up for MAXREWARDS, which is a great app to manage multiple credit cards, rewards, and benefits all in one place, and to view my site with a bunch of great credit card offers that I've organized into different categories to help you find the cards that you like best. I thank you all for watching today's video. I hope it brought you some great value. I look forward to seeing you in my future videos, and while you're waiting on that next upload, always remember that you are great.